Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving in deep to one of the trickiest but most rewarding heroes in Star Wars Battlefront 2, Master Yoda. He's fast, he's defensive, and he packs a surprising punch. But to get the most out of him, you need the right star cards. In this video, I'll break down the best star cards for each game mode, such as Heroes vs Villains, Co-op, Capital Supremacy, and Galactic Assault. So let's get into the Heroes vs Villains star cards.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Heroes vs Villains is all about dueling, clutch survivability, and timing your abilities perfectly. Yoda shines in supporting his team, chipping away at blocking villains and outlasting in longer fights thanks to his agility and healing. If you can master his rhythm, he can be a nightmare to deal with. The first star card we're going to be using is Jedi Mentor. Yoda receives 8% less damage. Now this does exactly what it says on the tin. You're going to get 8% less damage from everything, whether it's a lightsaber attack, someone shooting you with a blaster, or some sort of ability. An 8% damage reduction is no joke, especially when Yoda's pretty tanky anyway. The 8% damage reduction is especially good when paired with Yoda's presence. That already gives you extra health, so it's going to just, turn Yoda into a bit of a tank. The next star card we're going to be using is Feel the Force. Presence gives Yoda an additional 60 bonus health when activated. Now, like we just said about Jedi Mentor, giving you that 8% damage reduction, this is giving you an extra 60 health when you use Yoda's presence. That's going to make Yoda so damn difficult to defeat. So you're getting an 8% damage reduction from all attacks and an extra 60 health from Yoda's presence. That's incredible. Having that extra 60 health really helps out if somebody does manage to get Yoda near to death. You heal yourself with Yoda's presence, and yeah, you're basically back in the fight, or at least you've got enough health to escape and then regen some of your health back. So the third card we're going to be using for Yoda, and probably his best card in Heroes vs Villains and Hero Showdown, is Opposing the Dark Side. Yoda deals 16 more damage per lightsaber strike against enemy heroes. Now, in Heroes vs Villains and Hero Showdown, this card is basically a passive ability. Every single time you damage somebody, you're doing an extra 16 damage, and that is no joke. And since Yoda swings his lightsaber quite slowly, this extra damage is essential for helping you get those kills. Now, if you struggle to get eliminations with Yoda, you'll see a massive immediate difference by just equipping this star card. Now, we do have a bonus star card for Yoda, and that is Agility. Agility gives you one extra dash attack, but it reduces its cooldown by 10%. 10% is not a big deal. Now, if you don't struggle with staying alive with Yoda, then I'd swap Jedi Mentor out for Agility. The main benefit to Agility is that you can actually damage enemies through blocks with it, which is going to allow you to finish off low health enemies or just stop the enemy from getting their health regen. Now let's move on to the co-op star cards.
My ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is.
In co-op, Yoda plays the role of a fast-moving frontline support. His abilities help control crowds of AI enemies, and his agility keeps him mobile and hard to hit. So the first star card we're going to be using is Unleashed. 25% larger minimum area of effect on Unleash. So basically what this means is Yoda's base push, when not charged up, is going to give you a longer and wider range, allowing you to damage enemies at a further distance and allowing you to push multiple enemies quickly and efficiently without the risk of taking too much damage while charging the push up. This will also help you get quick eliminations, and getting eliminations also heals you slightly, making you harder to defeat. The second card we're going to be using is Jedi Mentor. Yoda takes 8% less damage. Now this is 8% less damage from every single type of attack. This is great because for some reason in co-op, Yoda's size doesn't seem to matter. Size matters not, I guess. And the AI can still pinpoint and accurately hit you. So having that damage reduction is going to actually help you out a ton and keep you alive. So the third card we're going to be using is Agility. An extra dash attack, but you get 10% slower recharge rate. Now 10%, again, it's not a lot. You're not going to notice a 10% difference, but the extra dash can be very helpful in co-op. It's going to allow you to get more eliminations, and like I said before, eliminations also give you health, so it's going to keep you alive longer too. It's also great at getting around the map, so if you need to get to a location quicker, or you need to back out of a situation if you're close to death. It's great on close quarters maps with tight corridors and hallways like Kamino, for example. You can just keep dashing through there and you'll drop multiple enemies. Now our bonus star card for co-op is Feel the Force. Presence gives Yoda an additional 60 bonus health when activated. Now if you struggle to stay alive in co-op, then I would definitely recommend using this card. I would swap out Agility for Feel the Force if I'm struggling with health or if I'm not confident in my ability to stay alive. Or if you just feel that 2 dashes is enough. If you don't think that you need the 3 dashes, then yeah, then use 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗎. It's just a much better combination if you don't need that 3rd dash. I personally like the 3rd dash, but it's totally up to you. Now let's move on to the Capital Supremacy and Galactic Assault star cards.
That is why you fail.
Supremacy and Galactic Assault demand mobility, survivability and adaptability, and that's where Yoda excels. He's able to get in and out of large fights, support clones with presence, and avoid death better than most heroes. If played well, Yoda can turn the tide of a key objective. He can survive long pushes and pick off isolated enemies with ease. So the first star card we're going to be using is Agility. You get an extra dash but a 10% slower recharge rate. Again, 10% is not a big deal, I wouldn't worry about that. But this extra dash is, it's great for killing enemies quickly or getting out of a situation where you might die. You can actually use it to traverse the map quite well. And it's incredibly useful for close quarters maps or tight corridors or hallways, especially on the ship phases of Capital Supremacy. The movement of the dash makes Yoda quite hard to hit as well due to his size and the unpredictability of the movement. The next card we're going to be using is 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗆. Presence gives Yoda an additional 60 bonus health points when activated. In my personal opinion, this card is a must for Capital Supremacy and Galactic Assault. The extra 60 bonus health can be the difference between life and death in these modes. Remember, you're playing against real players with some AI scattered about, but mainly real players. That extra health can allow you to commit to a push on a heavily contested point or allow you to escape with your life if you're close to death. Now the 3rd card we're going to be using is Jedi Mentor. Yoda takes 8% less overall damage. Now this card negates 8% of all incoming damage, so blasters, lightsabers, abilities, grenades, everything. This card is clutch. It's going to keep you alive by allowing you to withstand more damage before needing to back off and regen your health. Additionally, this card is great when you also have the 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗆 star card on. It makes Yoda one of the most survivable heroes in the game, especially when you take his size and hitbox into consideration. Now we do have a bonus star card for Yoda in Supremacy and Galactic Assault, and that's Size Matters Not. Turn Yoda into a true tank. When the bonus health from presence is depleted, 50% of that is restored. You get a longer cooldown, but much better sustain. Now the cooldown is increased by 13 seconds, which is quite a lot. But if you do want to turn Yoda into a tank, someone that is very, very difficult to defeat, then you could swap this card for Agility, especially if you don't need that extra dash. Yoda is difficult to master, but once you do, he's an incredibly powerful and unique hero. He's not about brute force, he's about timing, support and speed. Learn how to chain presence and unleash effectively, dash in and out of fights and use your agility to punish blocking villains. And yes, Yoda's dash does damage blocking enemies through it. So don't be afraid to pressure even the tankiest Sith. If this video helped you out, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more Battlefront 2 content. I've got guides for all other heroes, villains, reinforcements, vehicles and base classes on my channel, plus tips and tricks for all players, so go check those out. Also, comment down below what your favourite Yoda star card setup is. Maybe I'll enjoy it better than my own, I'll give it a try, and if I do, it might be in a future video, so win-win. Anyway, thank you all for watching, I hope this helped you out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.